Welcome to Eureka Math, Module 4, Lesson 28. So in the last couple days, we've been dividing whole numbers by fractions, and we've been dividing fractions by whole numbers, and you're getting pretty good at it. So let's use what we've learned and write equations, our own story problems, that are going to use those skills. So you get to be pretty creative today. Let's go right to our Learn book. Okay, Lesson 28, problem set. And don't forget to write your name on the paper. Thank you. Now, it says create and solve a division story problem. So you guys get to be writers today. About 5 meters of rope that is modeled by the tape diagram below. Okay, so we have 5 meters of rope. Well, what kind of story problem could we make about rope? Maybe we need to buy rope to cut up to hang hammocks on the beach, right? And so I like to sleep in a hammock on the beach. Have you ever slept in a hammock on the beach? It's so nice. And you hang it up to the palm trees, right? So we have 5 meters of rope, and it's going to take a quarter of a meter. Let's see, we've got this cut into quarters. Quarter of a meter per hammock. Does that seem, well, a quarter of a meter would be about like that. Maybe we need 2 for each end of the hammock, but let's say we're going to cut it into quarters for each end of each hammock. How many pieces of rope are we going to have? Okay, so here is our expression. 5 divided by 1/4. Okay, that is our expression. And we can solve that very easily. I'm sure that at this point you guys know that 5 divided by quarters is going to be 20, right? So we're going to have 20 pieces of rope. Now let's write our story problem. Okay, and you can write your own if you're a better writer than I am, which I'm sure you are. So Miss Lure has 5 meters of rope. She wants to cut it into 1/4 meter pieces to use on the beach to hang hammocks. How many pieces of rope will she have? Okay, there we go. There's my story problem. And we've already solved a story problem, so 20 pieces of rope. Okay, there we go. Not so hard. Now, if you have better story problems, I'm excited to read them. You can be very creative today. What I'm checking is to make sure that you are cutting these up correctly. Okay, so create and solve a story problem about 1/4 pound of almonds that is modeled by the tape diagram below. Okay, so here's my 1/4 pound of almonds. Now let's go with that beach theme again. Okay, so we have 1/4 divided by, and it looks like they've cut it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and, which is the opposite of this, right? Create and solve a story problem about 1/4 pound of almonds that is modeled by the tape diagram. Okay, Miss Lure is taking her students to the beach. And you guys know how I love almonds. Almonds and cashews. Oh, I love it when there's nuts in the story problem because I have a classroom full of nuts. That's you guys. Okay, she's taking her students to the beach. She has 1/4 pounds of almonds. Oh, I spelled almonds wrong. And she wants to split them into 5 Ziploc bags to share. Okay. How many pounds will be in each bag? Okay. So if we have 1/4 pound of almonds and we divide it into 5 bags, we will have 1/20 of a pound. Okay, that's our answer. Great. Number 3, draw a tape diagram and create a word problem for the following expressions and then solve. Okay, well, let's do the problem first. 2 divided by 1/3. So here we've got 2. There's 1, 2. So this whole thing equals 2. And we're going to divide it into thirds. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and I'll make this one a little bit bigger so you can see that this is 1 and this is 2. And if this is a third, 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 and this is a third, our answer is 1/6. Okay, is that right? No, I'm sorry. How many do we have, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. I almost made a mistake. Okay, so let's create a word problem for the following expression and then solve. Let's see. I'm thinking. Okay, let's go with the beach theme. There are 2 boats taking passengers to Isla Larga. I like Isla Larga. Okay. Okay, each boat has is split, or how do I want to say that? Each boat each boat is, I want to say has a bench in every third of the boat. So how do I say that? Each boat has a bench. Each boat is divided into Okay, I have it. There is a boat, there is a bench. For every 1/3 of the boat. How many benches are there in both boats? Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. When you go in the lancha, right? And there's the boat, and the driver is back here, and then the boat is divided into 3 benches for every third, right? Right, so here's a, wait a minute, I drew that wrong. Okay, so here's a bench, and here's a bench, and here's a bench, right? So if you have 2 boats, how many benches are there? And usually we can fit 2 people on a bench because of the cuarentena, but before the cuarentena, they would have let us put 3 or 4 people on the bench. Yeah, you know how it is. Everything's gotten a little bit more restricted. Okay, now, next one, I'm going to switch colors. All right, ooh, I think my alarm clock is going off. 1 second. Do you hear the birds? Oh, that's what that is. Let me go shut up. Okay, next one. B, 1/3 divided by 4. So we have, here is 1, and we're only talking about 1/3. We're going to divide that 1/3 into 4 pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then because so that would equal, how many pieces are there? Or how much would 1 be? 1/12. All right, so story problem for that. Trying to think of my themes here. In fact, I might just make you write your own story problems here. You guys get the idea. So I'll do one more. 1/3 divided by 4. So oh, I have it. 1/3 1/3 of the cooler holds 4 sandwiches. How many? How much space does one sandwich take up in the cooler? Okay, so that would be 1/12 of the cooler, right? La cava. Excellent. Next one. 1/4 divided by 3. Okay, so here's our tape diagram. This is 1/4, and we're going to cut that into 3. Oops, I'm sorry, I just cut it into 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. This is a 4th, that's a 4th, and that's a 4th. Okay. Now, how much would this be? It would be 1/12. Okay. And what's my story problem for this one going to be? 1/4 of a liter soda is divided by 3 students on the beach, obviously. How many liters does each student get? And the answer would be 1/12 of a liter. Okay. Letter D, which is 3 divided by 1/5. So there's 3 wholes, and we're going to divide those into fifths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And I have, that would equal how many of those? 15. So I could switch colors here. Let's say Miss Lure. Miss Lure brought 3 buckets to the beach. Big seashells fill up 1/5 of each bucket. How many seashells, that's a hard word to say, seashells, can she collect? Okay, well, 1/3 divided by 1/5 equals 15. 15 seashells is my answer. Okay, great, good job. All right, your homework is there. Please do your exit ticket and turn it in. You have to create 2 story problems, and they need to match these problems. And I also want you to draw a tape diagram. I'm going to put that in here. Create a tape diagram as well, because I want you to show me in a model what you're doing. Create a tape diagram too. Okay. All right, 4 divided by halves and half divided by 4. So show me in a tape diagram that you know what those look like. And then create an interesting story problem. Be creative today. Then go back and do your homework and let me know if you have any questions in class.